What you're watching is a rare and silent archival film preserved in the National Archives and Records Administration, part of the U.S. Navy's motion picture records in Record Group 428. Filmed on November 22, 1961, it captures a moment that feels almost surreal today. The Commander-in-Chief of the Imperial Iranian Navy touring Disneyland at the height of the Cold War. The man entering Disneyland here is Vice Admiral Farajollah Rasai, head of the Imperial Iranian Navy. He's not here as a tourist. He's on an official visit to the United States, part of a broader tour of American naval installations, at the invitation of the U.S. Chief of Naval Operations. Just days earlier, he received a 19-gun salute at nearby Naval Operating Base Terminal Island, a ceremonial honor reserved for senior commanders. But today, the setting is very different. To understand why an Iranian admiral is walking through Disneyland, you have to understand Iran in 1961. The country was ruled by Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, a monarch closely aligned with the United States. Less than a decade earlier, in 1953, a CIA-backed operation helped restore the Shah's power after a political crisis. From that point forward, Iran became one of America's most important strategic allies in the Middle East, positioned directly along the southern border of the Soviet Union. Military cooperation between the two countries expanded rapidly. The United States provided training, equipment, and advisory support. And visits like this one were part diplomacy, part relationship building, and part demonstration of American technological and cultural power. After entering the park, the Admiral and his delegation board the Santa Fe and Disneyland Railroad, circling the park just as millions of guests had done since 1955. By 1961, Disneyland had already transformed dramatically from its opening day form. Just 2 years earlier, Walt Disney unveiled his massive Tomorrowland expansion, introducing the Matterhorn bobsleds, the monorail, and the submarine voyage. These weren't just rides, they were statements. They told the world that Disneyland, and by extension America, was leading the way into the future. And that message would not have been lost on visiting military leaders. But for a visiting military delegation, this ride was more than sightseeing. From the train, they passed through Tomorrowland, a place deliberately designed to showcase American innovation, engineering, and optimism about the future. Even Disneyland, it turns out, could function as a kind of soft show of power. Next comes one of Walt Disney's proudest achievements, the Disneyland monorail, the first daily operating monorail system in the Western Hemisphere. When it debuted in 1959, it wasn't just a ride. It was presented as the future of urban transportation. As the Iranian delegation boards and observes the system, they are seeing a vision of infrastructure that Walt believed cities around the world would soon adopt. For foreign officials, Disneyland was becoming more than entertainment. It was a living showroom of American ideas. Then, perhaps the most unexpected image of all, a high-ranking naval commander climbing into a Matterhorn bobsled. The world's first tubular steel roller coaster, the Matterhorn was another product of Disney's 1959 expansion, blending engineering innovation with thrill-based storytelling. As the visit concludes, the delegation exits through Frontierland and Fantasyland, passing from visions of the American past to visions of imagined worlds. It's a fitting ending. In just a few hours, Vice Admiral Rasai has seen a carefully curated version of the United States, from frontier mythology to space-age technology, all within the boundaries of a single park. And then, just as quietly as they arrived, they leave. Looking back, this footage captures a very specific moment in history. In 1961, Iran and the United States were close allies, bound together by Cold War strategy and shared interests. But that relationship would not last. Less than 2 decades later, the Iranian Revolution of 1979 would dramatically reshape the country and its relationship with the United States forever. Which makes this film all the more remarkable. For a brief moment, in the early 1960s, an Iranian admiral could tour Disneyland as a welcomed guest and see in it a vision of the future his own country was, at that time, aligned to share. Thanks for watching, and remember, it all started with a mouse.